Somebody already started. Don't know why, but we've got the lunch logo up.
Don't know why. About 2.5 minutes.
You might have 2.5 minutes.
Quiet on the set.
Please.
You take drugs, Danny?
Every day.
Good. So what's the problem?
I don't know.
Ooh, Shroud, are you going to play for us today? Keyboards are all yours. I love that song.
You're killing me, Scrooge. You're killing me. Minute and a half.
Merc, sit down, please.
Mark's laying down.
Bugs.
Bug. Live stream is rolling. We have about a minute till the radio, boys and girls. Ready to fire?
I already have one comment on it from on Facebook.
Schroeder, can you give me the intro, please? Actually, let's try the new one if we can get the new one to actually kick. See if it'll actually work. 50 seconds.
Do you want me to play the intro with the new intro?
No, go ahead and just stand off on that one.
No intro with the intro?
No intro with the intro. All right, getting ready to go. Quiet.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to. That's right.
That's right. That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here from inside of Shroud and Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. And, of course, all sorts behind the scenes. So if you want to come and have a good time, come join us every Monday through Friday here on
getting
NBN.
a phone call. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But for the record, today is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2017. Here inside Shroud and Avatar. How's it today?
Good.
And don't everybody say hello at once. I got a whole room
Hello
full
at
of
once.
Thank you. Merc, how you doing?
Doing good.
Let's see, we got the regular irregulars here hanging out. We got Hawkwind in the room. Hawkwind. Now, I know a bunch of folks missed the show yesterday. Of course, people might have thought we were taking an extra week's vacation.
That's what I thought.
No. It was, we took a month last year, and of course that was only due to the fact that somebody was spending a whole month in Hawaii. But of course, he's not here to defend himself at the moment, so we on that too much. But meanwhile, we got all sorts of fun up on today's show. Of course, we were talking about some stuff yesterday. We've got, of course, today's stand-up corner. Well, actually, yesterday's stand-ups out there. Catch up on what the developers are doing out there. And, of course, there was the big topic on no botting of any kind allowed that we started talking about yesterday. And
That's right.
We got all sorts of other information coming up. We got the soda Christmas party coming up, the company Christmas party. We've got news on that. We've got Gus Ball tournaments opening up. We got Gus Ball preseason sign up going on right now. Of course, we've got all sorts of great stuff. What's the other one? There's another event coming up. And of course, Jack is just sitting there, and that's the Gus Ball one. Well, yes, we've got SodaCon. Oh, we've got the about today. Now, of course, it's hard to talk without Jack sitting there to defend himself. You want to fill in for Jack while he's away on the phone there, Scrota? Can you play music and talk at the same time?
Sure.
Or does Merc want to comment and chime in?
I think Jack's away botting.
Yeah, I think he just may have had to go set up that other machine over there to take.
He's running a macro.
Robots aren't allowed anymore.
He's got a multi-box set up in the other room that's constantly doing all those great wild things that he's doing out there.
And he passes the savings on to you.
And that's right. So where did he go for his phone? His phone's usually.
Did he have to go to his office?
Well, I thought, that was his office. He had to go to the bedroom office. I don't know.
An important phone call, I guess.
The important phone call office.
I don't know. What's more important than the show? For crying out loud.
Not much.
What is this guy thinking?
Where's the dedication?
Where's the dedication to all this stuff? But for those of you guys, let's go ahead and let's go jump right at Gus Ball. And I'll bring this up on screen for everybody while we're waiting for him. And Soda Gus Ball is out there as they got a nice website, sodagusball.com. You can go out there and register for the next preseason coming up. Going to be hanging out at Virtue Oasis. And let me show you the sign-up sheet. They've got a couple teams signed up already. We've got the Titanic and the Virtue. Titanic Jiras are the home team of Serpent's Watch. I believe Wolftom. No, team captain is Dragger. Is he in the room today? Is he in the room today? No, he is. He's here on set though. That's right. I was going to say, if you got a couple things to say about the team, you could tell us about it, or can you tell us in game there in chat? We'd appreciate it.
30 seconds from now.
30 seconds from now, everybody else will find out about it. And then we've got the Virtue, who Seamus McGinnis of EVL is the team captain there, and they've got a sign-up sheet. You click on the sign-up sheet, add your team name, add your description, all that good stuff, and get signed up. And the Soda Gus Ball is happening. Let me pull this up in front of me here. I'm sure it's on the home page and I just didn't read it. Starting January 1st at 4:30 p.m. in New Britannia time. And of course, you can go to sodagusball.com and sign up there. And I'd love to see some teams out there. We've been waiting for this to actually happen. For those of you guys who follow us, don't follow us, or just joining us. You always hear at the end of the show that we say, join us for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, and so and so. Well, the sports is had we haven't had a lot of gust ball happening recently for us to cover.
I've never seen Gust Ball. Is it a teams of 3?
Well, it can be 1-on-1, it could be 2-on-1, but it's meant for 3-on-1. We've seen bigger ones where we've had the...
You mean 3-on-3?
Oh, yeah, 3-on-3. I'm sorry. 3-on-3 and bigger ones where it was, the players versus devs, where we believe we had... I would have to actually go back and look at the video on that.
Speaking of 3-on-3, I was actually Googling for SodaCon to see if I could find that page, and it actually corrects your spelling and directs you to Shotacon, which is, of course, Japanese slang describing an attraction to young boys. Just putting that out there.
Thank you for that intro, but I don't think it was Shotacon.org, was it? Actually, it's SodaConAustin.org for those guys who want to know. And actually, I believe that all the domains have been covered. So if you happen to type in SodaConAustin.com or SodaConAustin.net, it will also lead you to the SodaCon website. But while we're on the topic of SodaCon, let's go ahead and bring that up for everybody to see out here. And of course, SodaCon tickets just opened up here, just on New Year's Day at midnight, I should say. And going to be a lot of people. I haven't checked the site today. Check the register page. You can click on the registration page there. It'll bring you to the Eventbrite information where you can sign up. Tickets are going for $20 and change to the VIP ticket of over $300. There are a couple of VIP tickets left. There are 28 people already signed up and going. Last 3 days going to SodaCon 2017. And of course, I've got my ticket handy and ready to go. So, any of you guys already planning on it, thinking about it, got tickets already? I'd love to hear about it. Love to talk to you all about it. Me today. But you all want to talk about the other thing, don't you?
What's Never mind. Huh?
Say it. You all want to talk about the no macros and botting topic.
No more robots.
No more. I don't know about that. Again, they came out with the blanket statement yesterday, and we're going to bring this up on screen one more time. Of course, I don't think it's fair to Jack for me to bring this up here because... Again,
well, and then the thread turned into all about rollback, right? XP wipes.
Well, we'll go into this piece by piece, if we would. Of course, we got the post yesterday from Starr, where there was a blanket statement that was all-encompassing. You can't do this, no more, period. End of story. Nix 9, nada, zip 0, zilch, ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna let you go. And if you get caught doing it, you're shit out of luck and you're gone. That was pretty much what the blanket statement said in a nutshell. And then, of course, people, started chiming in going, well, hey, I want to know, we want definitive answers. We don't want, you can't do this. That's not good. And several people commented, several people posted where 7 pages got closed and people got off on that tangent.
I'm back, by the way.
Yes,
but that's one where they have to be very, very explicit. Kind of like building a macro to cut and paste things into the text chat. Is that a violation? Or is it?
I want to go right to page 2 because, of course, I had to chime in. And I quoted several of the previous posters. Lord Andernut there. Was that Mugly Wumpy? Wumble? I can't even read that from here. And Dinsu. All had valid points. Saying from, copy and paste macros to, simple keyboard macros to say things, which of course I use. And And I had to point out that, and then of course, I gotta love Dinsu's comment, and I bought a Razor, what?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean,
it's
one
valid
where
comment.
there needs to be clarification on exactly what is the actual policy, not just arbitrarily saying that all bots and all macros are going to be banned. Because
right now,
I did provide you a link within Discord to the Soda Speakeasy program.
yes, I have a copy of it. I've never gotten it to work quite well, but I know several people who do use it and who have gotten it to work.
Yeah.
Now that there's one very good example of a bot that does speaking for you. Now later on in the conversation, I'm going to point out that folks like Onyx here came in and chimed in. Several others. Another bug that's been annoying the living shit out of everybody is when you have your avatar set to have to hit Z to draw your weapon, and you still have to hit T to toggle auto attack, even though you have it checked off. And a lot of guys are saying, well, hey, I've got it. When I hit my Z, it automatically ticks my T button. And, you're telling us now we can't do that. Now, of course, have we fixed the problem almost a year now that auto attack is broken? But now, here's where it goes.
It was working before Chris decided to fix it.
Yeah, well, we know that. And again, it goes into a tangent about wipes, which I want to get to with Merc here, because, it just gets into how crazy people get and how passionate people get about this.
Yeah, I mean, it devolved into the whole XP. Are we going to wipe the whole game now? Because when you talk about botting and you talk about macros, it brings up the fact that there are people who are way, 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 way ahead of others.
And there are many of those guys who have actually done it by grinding.
Absolutely.
And I know that you know us, and that's one of the things that, again, we are here to give offer different views of it, because some people have really different outlook. So one of the other things I was going to say about that was that you're going to give us this blanket statement. You're going to tell us we can't do this, and you're going to tell us you're going to police it. But something as simple as fixing the auto attack hasn't been done yet. And that's where another part of the conversation has been going behind the scenes, which is really not too public here. They can't keep up with the bugs we've got right now. We're trying to get the game finished. And, how are they going to realistically police this, even if they wanted to do it?
Well, we can go back to the fact that persistence was way, way, way too soon, way too early.
Well, there was a lot of demand for it. And, of course, we have persistence to move on to get the foundation laid.
Well,
Let me ask a technical question about one of these. You talk about the Razer keyboards and everything. I don't have one of these devices. Is there a limit to the length or complexity of a macro that you can build in the software that comes with these keyboards?
I'm sure there is.
I mean, can you hit one key and execute a 1,500 line complex script that does complex actions?
Yes, you can.
It's possible, yes.
To a certain degree.
It's possible.
I'm talking just with the keyboard software. I'm not talking about third-party software that you download for macroing and things.
It's quite possible to tell it to go in. I mean, you actually have basically a keylogger that it will mimic whatever you tell it to do. So if I want to stand up here right now and I want to go into the Razer Synapses and tell it to log it, I can tell it to log my way all the way to the bank down here, go to my bank box, type bank, and turn around, collect, and come back. I mean, you can actually do that.
Which would be against the rules under the current understanding.
Yes. Now, of course, but again, the same thing goes for, me hitting a button that says, here, I'll give you a good example, is I have a button that'll repeat, and I haven't put it in there today, but let me copy today's message in, which is the same message as every day. Okay, so
what are you talking about?
Once I've said something in here, I have hotkeys that will allow me to, and of course it's not working today. It allows me to just jump back and throw in and re-say whatever it is via the hotkey.
Well, I mean, you can also use the up and down arrow to go through everything that you've said as well.
Right, but again, it's hotkey to go back and go boom for me and do what it's got to do,
Yeah.
And again, I don't know why it didn't work there.
When I used to abuse the flower spam and go with the flowergasm, that's all I would do is hit the up arrow and enter over and over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Now, technically, I mean, that's built in. Now, another commentary, and again, they went on to explore into, rollbacks, this, that, the other thing.
Yeah.
The original statement on botting and all that stuff was that if they got caught, they would be suspended and their accounts wiped and rolled back. I don't see what was wrong with that initial stance to begin with. Okay, the account gets wiped and the account starts over. They don't lose anything, but anything they gain from using the exploits, the penalty is you start from scratch again. And that was the original stance.
Well, can they reliably tell between legitimate gain and someone who has 18 hours a day to play?
They
again,
say they can because...
I wanted to get to that topic. We'll get to that point in just a moment. Go ahead, Jack.
That's where it gets into what is all logged by the game server. According to statements by Chris, they log all network activity, all mouse movements, all keyboard movements, and they can sit there and look at timing. And you can tell the difference between a bot and a person just in the amount of time that it takes to do something.
Collecting data is one thing, though, and parsing that amount of data is a area of computer science in itself.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's where it's like whenever you're playing around, listening to the stand-up corner, and you hear that Chris is in Kibana. That's what he's doing. Is he's looking at the database records. Just because Kibana is an application that allows him to parse the logs.
Parse the logs.
Parse. That's right.
But again, I wanted to point out page 2 there again. Right after my comment, Barrett comes in, chimes in, and then goes what we're really looking at. So they sort of backpedaled there a little bit, going, okay, we and. I don't know. All we know is that a blanket statement came out. The whole world is bitching because the blanket statement doesn't give any kind of coverage to say what is, what isn't, what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable. Again, we want to get into now the people with physical limitations, people who actually have 16 to 18 hours a day to play because they're disabled and have nothing better to do. How many people like that do we know, Jack, personally? I know.
You had a list for a few weeks. Yeah.
Well, not just a wrist. I mean, I'm sitting here working. I'm a heart attack and all that other stuff.
Most of the time, you are using a foot pedal for your push to talk instead of other buttons like other normal people.
Because of this new physical disability. Yes. Yeah. But. I know many people who are elderly, handicapped, can't see the screen. We'll take Spiff as another one. Spiff's another guy. He's 18 hours a day playing. He's got kidney problems. He's not playing here today because he's probably at the doctor doing his dialysis. And this is what the guy does all day. So he pumps and grinds all day long. Guy got skills up the ass. We know people who actually have spent many hours doing nothing but the grind. So I don't know how easy it is to discern between that and, again, the bot. The bot stays on 24 hours, never stops. You're continuously running it.
Hey, I stand around for hours at a time.
Oh God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the lot while I'm talking to other people and I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot. I should be doing something. Yeah, but we are a couple of these.
But at the same time, our skills,
on our asses, so.
yeah, our skill levels also tell everybody that we do a lot of standing around.
I don't know about your skill level, but I can hold my own at a 3 and 4 skill.
Yeah, I wanted to make it.
I can do the same.
Clear that
it's just, yeah.
Even though I have a lot of time at the game, I don't actually apply myself. So
you are a little lower than me still. You got to get out there.
Well, I mean, considering what I've done as far as like turning scrap into pulp, and doing some farming, that's what I was doing yesterday before the show.
Right. You've been playing Green Acres. You're actually farming stuff.
Exactly. What I really need to do is turn I need to pull a Auchenshire Markham Farms and turn my Duke Keep into like 50 different greenhouses, and then just do that. Yeah.
Just lay it out. Half mandrake,
half nightshade. Exactly.
And leave it out. Just every square inch of planter. Forget you're losing acreage with the greenhouse.
The only problem is that greenhouse is doubling the farming time,
doubling
so
the growth
I don't
effect,
have I don't have to wait as long between waterings.
Have we tested how many we can get on one of those Duke Keeps?
No, that's where I need someone to volunteer to provide me with lots and lots of greenhouses.
Oh well, let's go see Spiffco.
I know.
Spiffco will happily supply them for you for a price.
Exactly. I just want to cut that price down as much as possible.
So what is everybody's thoughts? And just out of curiosity, I mean, everybody who's in the room here, have you read the topic? Have you looked at the topic? What are your thoughts, just out of curiosity? I mean, we know that people
about the robots.
What's that?
About the robots?
Yeah, about the robots. As you want to call
I
it?
don't know.
As far as botting and macroing, it's something that you're never going to be able to completely eliminate. Every single game that's exploitable by bots and macros has tried to ban all of them. And there's one where they just have to say that it's like, if you abuse it too much and it's going to be a very subjective too much, we are going to ban you.
Yes. Now,
and it's because you know what, if I go out and I pull out one of those old school items, old school programs that was used way back in UO days, where it would just sit there and record mouse movements, and you can loop that thing in forever. It's like, yeah, you can do any menial task.
Well, again, if they're logging stuff like that, then they're supposed to be able to tell that. Now, somebody also brought up in a conversation I was having, and a couple comments, of course, from Drager here, is standing is different than, say, farming water for 48 hours straight. Exactly the point. Even just sitting there for 48 hours, that's a bot. Okay? Nobody can stay up 48 hours straight hitting the E key constantly.
The other thing is, I have been known to sit there and play 2 different games at the same time. And I will tab between windows. And I have actually had a character logged in because it didn't idle timeout for some odd reason for over 36 hours. But most of that time, it was just standing around not doing anything. And
yes,
for some reason,
timeout should be,
Yeah, and that's just because the game didn't do the idle timeout. And I don't know why it didn't. It may have been the emote that I was doing. It may have been something else. It could have been an undocumented feature of the game. But yeah.
Recognize when you move the mouse if you're tapped out.
Yeah. But, it's like, when I say 2 games, it's like I've been known to play Overwatch and Shroud at the same time. And when I die in Overwatch, I'll just, exactly. I will just tab over and I will start crafting, and then
you'll hit, create.
And just sit there and
then you'll go back and play another round of I mean, I dig it, and I believe we've all done something like that. But anyway, we're going to see how this pans out. Of course, lot to be talked about, and last part of that topic. Somebody had brought up to me that didn't the old original Ultima Online have macros built into the game?
Well, you had.
I said absolutely. You had the use last macro. You had the you had your listed macros that you could set as keybinds, so that you could get rid of that tedious BS that we have to go through. And of course, I think this is something that seriously needs to be looked at, because again. One of the biggest complaints you and I have is the time it takes, or most crafters, the time it takes. How long does it take to grind pulp into wood pulp? I mean, it literally takes us days to process.
7 seconds per.
But 7 seconds per at 20 at a time. Well, you know what? That 20 at a time. I mean, pulling out thousands at a time. I mean, literally, because it costs 5 each. In order for us to produce 100 scrolls, we have to have 1,000 pulp. Okay, because it takes 5 pulp. So just for 100 scrolls is 1,000. Okay, so we've got to have 100 scrolls of each on every vendor we have 500. Out there. Huh?
That'd be 500 pulp.
Sorry.
500 pulp, and then 1,000 of either Nightshade or Mandrake, and 1,000 Black Pearl, 2,000 Black Pearl if you're going to do
the numbers become staggering when you have 4 and 5 and 6 vendors to stock that you got to keep.
So that's 1 hour. 1 hour doing the math on that for 100 scrolls. You said?
Yes,
correct.
Jeez.
Right now, I've got 100 on each. 100 on each of my vendors out in Sultan. I got 100 each of my vendors out in the Exeter. You understand? So. Just to produce 100 to keep them on a vendor, it's taken 5-6 hours a day just to produce those, let alone get them out there, run out. And so the time sink is real, and again, doing 20 at a time. It would be nice if I could go to 9. If I could do 300 at a time and just let the time sink roll, because. I'm sorry. Sitting here for 5 hours at a time, trying to produce that is really fucking boring, people. And you know what? I'd rather be playing the game than be sitting here for 5 hours being really fucking bored. That's really what it comes down to, and that's what people are crying about. Is where I got to be doing boring stuff. I'm sorry. I bought this game and I, heavily backed this game so that I could have fun, not so I could sit here for half of my day watching my tune go.
Right, it comes down to how long do they want you to stay in game to do these redundant tasks.
I mean, I dig it, but when I really got to spend time to be a productive member of society and ply my craft in the game, that's really taken a lot of the fun out of the game.
Well, let me ask from a philosophical point of view. The reason they make these things boring and time-consuming is so that you can't do as much of it, right?
Well, see,
it's one way that they're trying to limit the economy. Yeah.
Right. Not everyone does all the stuff you guys do. And
not everybody has the time to do what we do.
Right.
You got to understand that this is what we do. As we have made this game basically part of our daily lives. Now, not many people have the inclination, or B, to actually do such things. You're absolutely right. And yes, we do have it dialed in a little bit more where we know what's going on because we're paying on behind the scenes and all that.
Well, and the only reason there's such a market for these goods that you have is that other people are too advanced as well. So it's almost as if it's gotten away from them, and people have more money and more time and more resources than they ever thought they would at this point in persistence, right?
I don't know about that.
Well, the problem is a lot of people have found it more easy to go out and grind gold than it is to actually create crafts and put things into vendors.
So, I mean, anybody can go over to one of the newbie starting areas, or you can get together with a couple of high-level folks who'll take you out to say even grind to your heart's content and gain gold. One of my favorite places is right over behind Braemar over there. I go in there and you just grind skeletons, and it's gold and wood. You sell the weapons over in Braemar, you go back, and but that's only fun for so long. I like to do all of the above. I like to socialize. Yeah. I like to ply a trade. I like to get out there and kill undead. I like to get out there and do some adventuring and see some new stuff, but I don't want to spend half of my day doing the grind, sitting there just to be able to make a living in the game. That's where it becomes, what's too much when it comes to that. But
it's almost you're having to draw a line between the idealism of.
You would think that making wood pulp would be just so exciting that would occupy all 18 hours of my daily day here.
Yeah, it's like watering plants. It's great.
Yeah, well, you would know all about that as well. So
the guy with the Duke Keep that's got way too much cotton.
That's right.
Yeah,
but there are not many people who are willing to invest that kind of time to do the kind of things and craziness that we do around here.
Well, I originally set it up with the idea when this game got announced, like I'm going to build a farm and I'm going to set up a business, and then that will supplement my adventuring and everything else that I want to do. I thought that was how this was supposed to be designed.
Absolutely. And again, is that we did the same thing as Jack and I. Just we dreamed a little bit bigger, and of course
just a little bit.
Who would realize that we would still be here doing this 2 years later, going on 3 years, man. We'll be starting our third season here soon.
Still wood pulping.
Yeah, still wood pulping. Still
scrapping the pulp.
Yeah, but we found the way to supplement that, and of course the game isn't finished yet. We've got all sorts of things. I was telling Jack last night. I love it. I got some people who rent, and while the rental system isn't in, I don't see these guys sometimes for weeks on end. And a guy just ran up to me last night and says, "Hey, I'm behind in my rent," and handed me $6,000. Kind of gameplay I like, where I'm offering services and goods, and I'm making that. I'm in the wedding business, for crying out loud. Does anybody really know that? Everybody should know that, but
weddings and more by Laz.
How big is the demand for weddings right now inside Shroud of the Avatar?
Pretty much.
The big.
There's been two in-game weddings.
I was just gonna say, man, you just blew the trivia question, man.
Sorry.
What
do I win? What do I win?
We all can't be millionaires like Scrota's music service.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good music.
That's right.
Don't forget to check out Scrota's music service.
Or the cheese writing. That's brilliant.
Down in Odoris.
That is awesome, and I love the fact that
anything you want.
That's right. But it's not that time of the day yet. We're not to the advertising portion of the show.
No. Since I did have to take that phone call, did you go over the stand-up corner while I was gone?
I did not, as we covered Gus Ball and the upcoming Gus Ball tournament. And I showed everybody the website and all that good stuff. I did
because
go into it.
There's something really important on that stand-up corner.
Oh, I know. There's lots of good stuff in there. And then,
there's something really important.
Really important?
Really super
more
important. Yes.
Than what I've already seen.
I mentioned it to you last night after it was posted.
More important than the impending player wipe?
There is no impending
player wipe.
There is no impending player wipe. That's all conjecture by players. Right? Yeah.
That's happening in release 39. That's right.
Yeah. Portalarium's not going to wipe characters. They might wipe Virtue to when they refinalize all of the major quest lines.
And that will be optional, which is what we've been privy to. They're tossing around the thoughts of making it optional.
Yeah,
that's if they can figure out what's going on there. There is no more Land Rush.
2.
Yeah. Next Land Rush is episode 2. So do you want to quickly go over the stand-up corner since we are kind of at a premium for time today?
Well, we have we have a calendar, but we don't have a calendar.
I have a calendar. You don't have a calendar.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've got a calendar to capture your screen, so I don't have to worry about it.
Okay, yeah. As long as I don't hit the refresh button, we're all good.
That's right.
And I habitually hit the refresh
button. We have
button.
to stand up on screen for the good boys and girls out there. So let's go ahead and knock this out because, yes, there is some interesting stuff in here. And, of course, for those of you...
Oh, wait.
Every time I say...
Sorry. I need to go all the way to...
Take a shot.
All the way to the end of this page. Okay, so this is yesterday's stand-up corner, January 2nd. Remember, today is January 3rd. So, new guy, Damon Waldrop. New guy. Software install.
Remember when we were talking about the new full-time artist that was going to come on to fill in the gap earlier?
Software install and setup and pipeline tour.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Then Fletcher's working on Release 38 content. Leo, the sound guy, working on monster updates and loading screens. Matt working on bugs in the waltz and ballet emotes. Reed working on the Ordor's throne. And every Shogun needs his very own bungalow. Over in design, Brandon was working on Release 38 new content and blessings and bugs. The Sea Wolf. Working on the Siege Encounter and battle camps. Sanio was working on prefab updates and High Veil. Lum the Mad. Fucking Lum. Working on forum bugs. Sorcerer Steve working on North Side, Brookside. Travis was working on Blood Bay, hierarchy cleanup, and gameplay updates. Over in Mario Kart Land. Over in tech, Bobby working on bugs. Eric was working on bugs. And Release 38 planning. Wizard Smoke. Working on the user interface bugs. Might be one or 5 of those. And masterwork enchanting. The Burning Toad.
The Burn.
Still working on scratching that itch that is known as server checkups and Release 38 planning. Tassilo. That's right. Tassila's working on forums updates and debug output calling and bonus accounting and holiday ketchup. That's right, ketchup. I wonder if he's looking for some mustard and mayonnaise as well. Over in QA, Eric.
Some holiday condiments to cover that.
That's right. Eric was looking at sanity testing and the QA forums. Seraphina's working on sanity testing and customer service. Our production management and other group. Yeah, that's right. The Dippy Bird was working on ESXi. I don't know what that is. And Perforce updates and IT and bands.
Bands.
That's right. Gorn working on the update of the avatar and metrics.
Metrics. Haven't seen any metrics in a while.
Right. That's right. Barrick was working on the community review and an internal report and party plan and moderation. Hutch was party on Wayne.
Party on Wayne. Party on guard.
That's right. Hutch was working on Shogun Walls and Damon's setup and pipeline tour and leads meeting. Lord British was going back to Jiraland.
Back to Jiraland. You know, he doesn't do anything around.
He doesn't work for them.
Yeah, he doesn't work for the company. Lord British is he is not. He doesn't do anything for the game. Then Chaos was working on Release 38 planning and customer service support and accounts and Damon setup and IT. And Darkstar was working on the forums watch and the leads meeting and Release 38 planning and Jira triage.
What's a forums watch?
Well, that means he's sitting there doing exactly what I'm doing. He's just staring at the forums and clicking the refresh button.
At the forums,
it's like
wondering what we're gonna say next about the big bands.
He's like, player wipe, what?
Yeah. It's like, where the hell are they coming up with this crap? We have never mentioned that, and it's like, what are they doing? It's like,
Well, a very interesting topic though, and a lot of people have argued it. Again, that topic went way off the
rails. Yeah, it was like a Lunch with Laz and Jack show.
No.
Oh, if you don't clarify,
Laz and Jack goes really way off. But is basically if you don't clarify one. But I lost where I was going with that. Squirrel.
Yeah, you leave the inmates in the madhouse to go crazy if you don't clarify.
Squirrel. So what are you trying to talk about?
I don't know. I lost it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So did you want to capture my screen so that way I can not refresh this calendar?
I had a really good soapbox right there, and it just went poof.
Yeah. That soapbox was non-existent in the first place.
Non-existent. You better believe it.
We're going to start sending you some Alzheimer's medication. Anybody have any spare?
CRS syndrome.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right.
Irritable bowel syndrome?
Yeah, CRS and IBS. He's really got problems.
It's disgusting.
So we do have a community calendar that is provided by our friends over at Avatar Circle. Avatar Circle is currently administered by Kazan Phoenix Fire or Wrath Phoenix on the forums. Currently their webpage is having some issues, and so as long as I do not refresh my page, I still have access to the community calendar. Yeah. You ready for this, Laz?
Yes, we have it up on the screen.
Today is Tuesday, January 3rd. All times are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia time. Today at noon, 3, 6, 9, and 12, there are two idiots that don't know what the hell they're talking about on a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack, and you can catch that at those times on WRFB.
WRFB.
That is
for those of you guys who are watching the NBNN stream in replays. Yes, there is a really delay here during the calendar because you're watching it in the delay on the delay. So
hey, delay.
Don't be yelling at us during the week. It's not. Avatar circles down. It's not our fault.
Laz broke it.
That's right.
Okay, so at 2 o'clock this afternoon, if you're interested in learning anything about the Pax Lair towns, you can always go join Sean Silverfoot out in Pax Lair, and you can learn about the towns of Lockbriar, Tennekill, Sea Nymph Grotto. I can't remember the others. There's lots of them. At 3 o'clock, there is a friendly time for European players to get together for a dungeon crawl, and that's going to be with Wintermute Offcoff. And
Wintermute.
Yes, that is going to begin on the outside of Owl's Head on the overworld map at 3. At 7 o'clock, we also have the EVL Monster Mash Dungeon Run with the leader of Zenny, and that's also meeting outside of Owl's Head on the overworld map. If that isn't your thing and you'd rather go run through Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering,
you
can always join Malhari out in Braemar, which is in the Hidden Vale. All of these have been in the Hidden Vale except for the Pax Lair Town Manager Hour, and join Malhari and the Jade Dragons for that dungeon run of Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering, which sometimes takes 3 hours.
Pain and suffering.
Yes. At 8 o'clock, yeah, that's right, there is some radio stuff on Avatar's Radio, and that's going to be Dr. DJ Selly doing his Faster and Louder show. And louder! The last event of the evening is going to be on Avatar's Radio when Ember Flame takes over the airwaves with Temper Tantrum T-Days. And that is our community calendar for this January 3rd in Shroud. of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar.
Avatar.
So what was so important in there that we had to talk about?
What
I know it had to be
guy.
the waltz and ballet emotes.
New guy.
Yeah, new guy.
Tutus.
New guy. Nude guy?
I knew there was new guy coming. We knew the new guy was coming for a month now.
Hey,
nude guy.
Nude guy.
The nude guy needs tutus.
That's right.
Arius, is that you?
Did we hear Arius?
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
No.
Oh, ESXi is going to be an enterprise class Type 1 hypervisor developed by VMware for deploying and serving virtual computers. Thank you, Justin.
What is this?
Essentially, it's a way for them to manage the virtual servers.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Barrick has now officially closed the macro forum.
Oh yeah, that was closed last night.
It was closed.
Yeah.
That was closed. Yeah, it was closed before we even started today. We knew.
Oh, all right. I'm on top of it.
We knew that.
It's all good. It's all good. We
reporting
just interpret the news around here anyway. So
yes, we're just here to drag out these things. That's all. No, seriously. It's a topic that needs to be talked about. Of course, again, anytime we see a blanket topic like that come out, we've got to question it. We've got to jump on it and go, come on, guys. Now, of course, again, we are very, very staunch supporters of the game. And while we do everything they do down there, we do firmly back the guys down there and believe that everything they do is for the best interest of the game, as well as for everybody in the game.
Absolutely, we do. And there are just times that we wish for more clarity in some of those statements, because Starr is well aware of this, that people will jump to random conclusions way too frequently.
Yeah, they're very reactive. They need to be proactive.
Sometimes we're not the best of help, but we've got to throw our 2 cents in just because. I mean, we're friends with the guys down there as well. So a little friendly ribbing goes a long way, but other times we just got to say, yo, stop. Come on, guys. Let's get real here. Let's talk about this, and let's look at this realistically. You can't just go, if you don't like it, too effing bad, and get the hell out of here, because that's not a good health either. We want to rid ourselves of the bad seeds, as well as have all the community and fun that we have here. And I believe everybody is interested in nothing but that for the game. Now, at this point in the time, I believe that we firmly established this game is going to be quite the attraction once that we know about. There are plenty of people just waiting to get here once it's finished. But we're going to wait for that. We'll have some news on that hopefully coming up, and hopefully Gorn will get those numbers, those metrics out to us, which we haven't seen. We haven't seen metrics since last year.
And as Justin says, punish the asshats, not the rest of us.
That's right. Thank you, Justin, for the commentary. Thank you. Now, of course, so we got a couple other events to touch on real quick. We have the Portalarium Christmas Party coming up. Now, I heard you comment earlier today that there was how many RSVPs for the party?
So just the employees and their plus ones, it's like 35 plus.
And that's out with any of the community members, yourself, Winfield, Casey,
so it might end up being like
60,
70 people at the holiday party.
Nice. Very nice. And that is coming up Wednesday, the 10th. 11th. And we will... Better double check that.
7 days from now is the 10th, which is a Tuesday. Add 1 because it's on Wednesday.
Okay. It's Wednesday the 11th. I haven't read the thread, and I should have done that before. And we will tell you more about that later on in the week before we wrap up the weekend. But just a reminder that that's happening. And if you want to get forums where there's more information on that, we will be, of course, bringing you live coverage of that Christmas party. So don't forget, you can join us, and we'll also be here in the Zoom room live video chat, where you can interact with the other avatars and put faces to names and all that fun stuff. So we'll be bringing you more.
Don't forget, the Zoom room actually supports up to 50 different clients connected to it
right now.
Hey,
more, we can always add more.
Yeah,
Zoom room.
that's right. Zoom room. That's
Zoom
what we're
room.
doing our video right now, so that way I can point at Laz and do other weird things.
And then, of course, you want to click on that first little flyer there on the floor there, Jack.
It's like the champagne room.
That is done. Oh yeah. So we've got the Seamus McGinnis's Royal Rumble, which is going to be a no magic used whatsoever PvP tournament, and it's aimed at melee players where no skills from the magic trees are allowed. Only skills from the combat and strategy trees are permitted. Everything else goes, and all fights are to the death. If you die, you are out of the tournament, and the last man standing takes home fortune and glory, as well as 10,000 gold coins. There's an entry fee of 1,000 gold. It will be held February 4th, 2017 at 4:30 New Britannia time, out in the Alice Head basement of the Burly Mustache Pub, which is going to be teleporting to Seamus McGinnis. And then after that, is there anything else you wanted to say about that one?
Well, we've already covered the Gus Ball, but one more time,
Okay.
I guess we can pull that one up in front of that. And it's warm-up time. Join us for preseason 3 versus 3 tournament, where the best team will walk away with add-on store credit and 30,000 in gold coins. All levels are encouraged. This is happening January 21st at 4:30 p.m. on New Britannia time. Again, you can go out to sodagusball.com, register your team, and we've been really waiting for Gus Ball. I almost signed us up last night, Jack, but I didn't want to do it without knowing we had a third.
Who's going to be our... well, if we use Skirta, he's just going to sit there and play songs the entire time.
Well, we can just use him as a pick, that's all.
I nominate Led Zepp. I think he'd be a great team member.
Oh, geez. Yeah,
well, he's great at blowing.
Vacation.
He's great at blowing things.
He's going to be pissed off when he finds out we're starting without him.
What?
Yeah. You guys have been broadcasting all week?
I actually have some brand new news that no one else has.
What's that?
So I just received a message that the Hobloth 4 initial poll is going to go live at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, sweet.
So Hobloth 4 is in the planning stages, and there is going to be a poll, and I believe that's going to be out on Facebook, and it's probably going to be for it might even be on Twitter, probably for people that have participated in Hobloths before, or anybody. I don't know.
We will be passing that out as soon as we hear Joseph tweet it.
Oh yeah.
So yes, you heard that here first.
Is that a yearly deal?
Well, it's a once in a lifetime, and there is no telling whether or not there's ever going to be another one.
Yes,
so
we never know whether there's going to be another one. That's what makes it so special. But.
So, like the first Hobloth was Rustic Dragon cooked everybody dinner, and it was a Ultima style dinner. Hobloth 2 was I forgot what that one was. That was
Richard's house
that was at Castleton, where it was essentially a Ultima fanboy experience, where essentially you were participating in a bunch of Ultima styled quests. Hobloth 3, which myself and Lazarus both attended, and Laz married some guy by the name of Jack Frost at it, cheating on me.
Jack Frost dropped his pants.
Yeah. And that was Jack Sinesis that dropped his pants.
Remarkably similar, I tell you.
Exact. I don't know why. But Hobloth 3 was essentially a mix of Ultima, Shroud of the Avatar, and anything produced by Richard Garriott.
It was basically a big LARP for a week on Richard Garriott's Castleton property, where we lived and LARPed and fought and
it was a whole week.
Drank. Yeah, it was 5 days.
And yes,
it was five days of fun.
Yes, it was, and with no promise of a next. If this becomes a second occurring one or second in a row, then we have a good chance of it now to become a full blown every year out of Castleton.
Oh yeah,
great. But meanwhile, we've got to cut to the chase here because we are running short on time.
You ready for
let's go ahead and, of course, tell you guys about SodaCon. SodaCon Austin 2017 tickets are now open and available for sale. Out ahead and thank our sponsors out there. Our good friends over at Auchenshire and Markham Farms, located just south of central Brittany over at Dawn's Keep. If you need vegetables, cotton, produce, beer, ale, wine, or any other goods, check out the good folks over there. And if you want it in a rush, go check out their store on the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com. Our friends over at the BMC want you to come check out Market Road. If you need goods to make all the stuff that you want, go check out Market Road. All the vendors out there have all the materials you'll need, all at stable, sellable prices. Our good friend over at sodamap.com, Jacob White, doing the greatest mapping we've seen here in Trinity Avatar to date. Soda Map and Soda Navigator for your ease of getting around here in Trinity Avatar. Go out and check out sodamap.com and Soda Navigator, and you'll never get Avatar. Our good friend Ben over at Relics by Rild, relicsbyrild.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag, t-shirts, hats, patches, and more. Use the promo code NBNN, get 10% off all that Shrouded Avatar swag. And of course, our good friends over at the Shroud Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. Real quick, Jack, let's get that wrapped up for the good boys and girls. Quick Marketplace.
Yeah, Shroud Marketplace is the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. And by anything Shroud of the Avatar related, that is accounts to game gold, all the way to services. Anything that is game related can be bought or sold. Yeah, absolutely. On Shroud Marketplace, from cheese sign writing to Scrota's music service thing to Weddings and More by Laz. Yeah, that's right.
I love
in-game gold, anything. If you are interested in selling your products, you do need to register for an account and then click on the vendor registration. And Shroud Marketplace is the best place to find some of the rarest items in-game, just like the Hearth of Britannia cabinets. Ooh, you can still find some Hearth of Britannia cabinets on shroudmarketplace.com. And that means
registration is free.
Yes, always free to list things.
That's right. And of course, last but not least,
you guys.
You guys. We love you guys. We really do. Because you guys keep us going. We love just getting out here and having you guys. You guys got to participate a little bit more, though, I tell you.
I know. You need to join us in Discord. Yeah, that's right.
To rile these guys up. That's what it is. We don't have Led Zepp here busting all everybody's balls. That's why it's been nice and quiet. But meanwhile, we got to wrap it up for today and get out of here. We'll be back with more tomorrow. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Oh, now he chimes in. Stay tuned for more new happenings, the latest hijinks, and more right here on NBNN, in replay throughout the day on WRF. Britannia. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you all tomorrow, folks.
Oh, yeah. We made it through another show.
Yeah.
Character wipe.
I'm eating nuts.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Nice.
Land rush next month.
Where's the restaurant?